This isn't the year you do more. It's the year you finally notice how much of yourself you've been giving away. Not in big dramatic ways, but quietly, almost without realizing it. You say yes when your body is already tired. You stay longer than you want to. You reply even when your mind is asking for rest. And over time, that constant giving starts to feel normal. But just because something feels normal doesn't mean it's healthy. We live in a world that rewards overextending. Being busy is praised. Being available is expected. Being on all the time is treated like a virtue. If you slow down, people worry. If you pull back, they ask questions. If you take space, it can feel like you're doing something wrong. So you keep going, even when your mind feels crowded, even when rest doesn't feel restful anymore. But your brain was never designed to live like this. Psychologically, your mind needs space to function well, just like your body needs rest. When you're constantly responding, adjusting, performing, or absorbing other people's energy, your nervous system never fully shuts off. It stays alert, scanning, processing. And that kind of mental effort is exhausting in ways sleep alone can't fix. Overextending yourself doesn't always look like doing too much work. Sometimes it looks like emotional overuse, listening when you have nothing left to give, staying present when your inner world is asking for quiet, carrying other people's moods as if they're your responsibility. You might not even notice you're doing it because you've been doing it for a long time. Here's something important to understand. Your brain treats constant mental and social demands the same way it treats physical stress. It releases cortisol. It tightens your focus. It slowly reduces creativity and emotional clarity. That's why when you overextend for too long, you don't just feel tired. You feel foggy, disconnected, less like yourself. And that isn't a personal failure. That's biology. Many people think the solution is better time management, but the real issue isn't time, it's boundaries. Psychological boundaries are what protect your mental space. They're the invisible lines that tell your brain when it's safe to rest and when it needs to respond. Without those lines, your mind is always open and always vulnerable to overload. You don't need to disappear from the world. You don't need to become distant or cold. You just need to stop treating your inner world like it's always available for use. Because when everything has access to you, you slowly lose access to yourself. This matters even more if you're someone who thinks deeply, if you're sensitive to environments, to emotions, to noise. Your brain processes more information than average. You notice tone, energy, small shifts others miss. That depth is a strength. But without space, it becomes a burden. That's why solitude often feels healing, not lonely. This year doesn't need more effort from you. It needs less pressure, less automatic yes, less filling silence, less explaining why you need space. Because clarity doesn't come from doing more. It comes from creating room. When you stop overextending, something surprising happens. Your thoughts slow down. Your emotions become easier to understand. Your intuition gets louder. Not because life suddenly gets easier, but because your mind finally has the space to process it. This year, rest doesn't mean quitting. It means choosing where your energy goes, pausing before you respond, checking in with your body before you agree, allowing silence without rushing to fill it. These are small changes, but psychologically, they're powerful. You don't owe the world constant access to your attention. You don't have to earn rest by burning out first. And you don't need to justify your need for space. Your brain already knows what it needs. This year is simply about listening. If this message resonated with you, take it as a sign that your mind isn't asking for more input, but for breathing room. This could be the year you stop overextending yourself, not by doing less, but by finally doing what supports your inner world. Thank you for spending this quiet moment here. And remember, a calmer mind isn't built by force, it's built by space.